Good morning. I am Drew Wallace, President of CESA, and thank you, Ron, for giving me the opportunity to update AIPCA property owners on CESA's 2021-22 beach renourishment. We formally kicked off the beach renourishment way back in February of 2020 with a town hall meeting. We originally planned to start the fill in May of 21 and be completed in August of 2021. Despite permitting delays, threatened legal challenges, and many weather delays, I am pleased to report that the third CESA maintenance renourishment project is essentially complete. As part of our beach maintenance efforts, our contractor placed 1.8 million cubic yards of sand on our beach to offset the erosion that has happened over the last 10 years. A little historical perspective for those of you who may have recently moved to Amelia Island. This shows why we formed CESA in 1993. To put into perspective the amount of sand 1.8 million cubic yards represents, it's about 120,000 dump truckloads. In South Florida, because many of the beaches that require renourishment do not have access to sand borrow sites, sand is brought to the beach in dump trucks. Sand transported in trucks, as you can imagine, is much more expensive. As part of the 21-22 renourishment project, we added an average of 8 to 10 feet of sand to the elevation of the beach and widened the beach up to 200 feet. In case you are not able to see the renourishment in person, here are some pictures. I believe it is truly an extraordinary engineering feat. This is my favorite video. It demonstrates how the sand is placed on the beach. The water coming out of the left pipe contains the sand from the borrow site, which is a few miles, 2 to 3 miles away, and is being pumped by up to 4 pumps on the cutter head dredger. Once the water dissipates, the sand remains. Then the same process takes place through the right pipe so that the entire beach is covered with new sand. A borrow site is the location from which sand is taken to place on the beach. The site is extremely important because it determines the quality of the sand, the distance to the beach that the sand must be pumped, and as discussed earlier, borrow sites are in demand. For the first time, our engineers were able to create a reusable borrow site close to Amelia Island. The site will refill with Amelia Island sand to satisfy our sand needs for the foreseeable future, significantly reducing the cost of future sand searches. In addition, since we will be reusing the Amelia Island sand, the sand we place in future renourishments will be more compatible with our beach. Having the borrow site so close, future transportation costs will also be held to a minimum. Since we performed the beach fill during sea turtle nesting season, we received lots of questions regarding the safety of sea turtles. This slide shows the increases in the number of sea turtle nests since we started our beach maintenance program in 1994. The number of nests went from under 5 to 50 at the end of 2020. To ensure that sea turtles were not placed in danger during the construction process in 2021, the volunteers of the Amelia Island Sea Turtle Watch physically relocated 47 nests, primarily to American Beach and the state park. On the project cost side, the news is also good. The winning construction bid was 25% lower than the next lowest bid, and with the same company that won the bid for the 2011 project. Also, with our financial advisor through a public bidding process, we secured very favorable terms and a low interest rate, less than 2%, over the 9-year life of the loan. As you can see, we are doing well in collecting our Florida grant money reimbursements. Expected federal reimbursements have been slower in coming, but we still anticipate we will collect the full amount. What this means to each of you is that once state and federal reimbursements are received, SACE anticipates that your second year and subsequent year capital assessments for the most recent beach renourishment will decrease. This decrease will be reflected on your next real estate tax bill. Next steps. Well, while the project is essentially complete, there are some wrap-up activities that are happening now, including the removal of the last sections of the submerged pipeline. Then various surveying and monitoring activities will occur beginning in the spring. We've had some questions regarding tilling. It is a requirement of the permit and serves to soften up the sand so that sea turtles can make their nests. Throughout this process, SACE has strived to find better ways of communicating with property owners within SACE boundaries. We developed a new website and improved graphics and functionality. We received 600 visits in December, a 5% increase over November, and 80% were new visitors. For faster and more timely project updates, we linked our website directly to our engineer site. Every week for the last 5 months, we have provided brief project updates for inclusion in the AIPCA Weekly News and shared the same information with SACE property owners outside of Amelia Island Plantation. We have also provided more detailed information through more frequent President's letters. SACE very much appreciates AIPCA's help in communicating with property owners. In conclusion, despite the weather delays and concerns over the October northeaster, we have had very successful beach fill project. We placed 1.8 million cubic yards of sand. We created a reusable borrow site for future use. We obtained favorable financing rates in a reasonable project cost. We have protected our sea turtles, and we will have obtained or will obtain in excess of 50% of the project costs in grant monies. However, this success would not have happened without the support of AIPCA property owners. Thank you for stepping forward to help fund the 21-22 Renourishment project, thereby continuing to preserve, restore, and enhance the beach dune system on the south end of the Amelia Island. Thank you very much.